I'm going to show you what I did to get my first six-pack, and more importantly, what I did to not quit towards that goal. This is me at 185 pounds. Now you can tell that that boy is living in some delicacy. This is me right now. Make your bed, kids. This video is about how I, at 36 years old, finally got my first six-pack. You can tell by this picture, I am probably in the best shape of my life that I have ever been. I mean, I arguably have an 8-pack. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is it a 6-pack or is it an 8-pack? Put it in the comments below. What do you think? So let's start with going on a walk. Come on, let's go. Let's just go on a walk and get our steps, which, by the way, is going to be a lot more helpful than you might realize. Walking? Yeah, walking. Walking is easy. I know you're gonna think this is staged, but I seriously just said that and then stepped into this dirt pothole. Anyway, walking is easy, except for that time, and maybe the time where Bilu stapled my foot, or the time that we ran a mile in Legos. Walking is supposed to be easy. I just find ways to make it hard. You, on the other hand, can make walking very easy, so simple and even enjoyable. Lottie. So grab your pooch or your duck or your little brother or your llama, whatever, and go for a walk, because having some enjoyable company with you makes it better. And find somewhere that you enjoy to. My minimum for one day is 12,000 steps, but I'm usually more around 17,000 steps in one day. You're not gonna outwalk a bad diet, but 17,000 steps is huge. That allows me to eat up to 700 extra calories per day. Did you know that walking burns a significant amount of calories, close to as much as running does in the same distance? There's like this old myth that if you run a mile or walk a mile, you're gonna burn twice the calories as running the mile, but that is completely false. We're talking as close to 25% less calories while you're walking. 25%, and it's 25,000% easier. I'm obviously factoring the mental side plus the times the physical side. Mentally and physically, walking is so much easier. Everybody can do it without stressing themselves at all. Like I said, you're not going to outwalk a bad diet, but think about it this way. My walking every day allows me to eat an extra giant plate of vegetables and meat, like 700 calories of vegetables and meat. Most of you probably cannot eat that. I could eat that though. I could probably eat it if it was a giant plate of week-old sardines on a raw potato. See, I'm at the end of my cut, and at the end of the cut is when you really start getting hungry. The key is to keep yourself from getting hungry for as long as possible, and you can really do this for months at a time if you do it smart. So controlling hunger is a huge part of this, especially when your family is sitting here making Navajo tacos, greasy old bread right into the oil. Oh my goodness. I could eat that as raw as it is right now. And so it's tricky, especially when you have a family eating the food that you can't eat. I could eat this. Look at, oh yeah, there we go. And so we're gonna talk about some tips. Tips are gonna help you grab the things that you should be eating when you're dieting. Some tips are gonna make it so much easier to get the required calories and still get full. Eating the right kind of food is going to make it or break it for you. Highly processed, fatty foods may taste absolutely delicious. Trust me, I kind of dream about it every night at the end of this cut. But you're gonna eat one slice of Costco pizza, and that right there is going to be 700 calories alone. One king-size Snickers bar, 450 calories. So when you're on a cut and you only have like between 1,700 and 2,500 calories to spare, that goes by like that. And like we previously mentioned, 700 calories of meat and vegetables you probably could not eat if you tried. Like just 400 calories is a big old plate. 400 calories, chicken and broccoli and peas and carrots. Oh my goodness, I'm getting hungry just as we talk, guys. Here's some more quick tips to help you control your hunger. Every time I eat a meal, I take a drink of water. Then I eat half of my meal. Then I take another big drink of water. Then I eat the other half of my meal. Then I take another big drink of water. This helps my brain and my stomach. They think that it is just stretching, which it is. And when your stomach is stretching, that's one of the main signals to stop signaling hunger. Another thing that I'll do, especially after my protein shake in the morning, is I'll chew some gum. That is another thing that signals to stop hunger. Just chewing. The amount of chews that your brain counts really helps me. I said my breakfast is a protein shake. Well, that's not completely true, because here's another tip. I don't eat anything in the morning. Not until about 10 o'clock. At 10 o'clock, I eat a protein shake. That holds me over as I am waiting for my beloved lunch. I will wait for you, my dearest lunch. I will wait for you. There'll be the crunch. I'll wait for you, no matter how far. You know, Yeah, I'm as obsessed with food. And here's another thing about skipping breakfast. Believe it or not, by how much I've been talking about how much I just can't not get enough food, I'm not really that hungry at breakfast. And if I eat at breakfast, I find that I get hungrier by 10 or 11 o'clock. And so eating that food is just like wasting that moment where I'm not really hungry anyways. And now we're headed to the gym. But in a very short amount of time, I am going to tell you the one thing, and I am serious, it is the one thing that if you can do, you can get a six-pack. You can achieve any fitness goal that you have. You can achieve any goal that you have if you follow the one principle that I'm about to give you in a few minutes. But let's go get our second session of physical exercise in. I follow a modified push-pull leg split. And I lift 4 times a week, which means one day I work out my legs. Another day I work out my chest and triceps. For the third day, I will work out my back and biceps. The fourth day is a day where I do a full body workout, and it is separated from the other days for a good recovery time. I have a bit more freedom in this fourth workout to focus on any particular muscles that I want to target to grow more. Here's the thing, guys. Most people get caught up in all the details. The fact is, you can build a very impressive physique even if you get a lot of things wrong. The main thing that matters is consistency and making sure that you work out harder in your lifts week by week. This is also called progressive overload. Okay guys, I promise we are going to get to the mega secret. Hint, it's not discipline. However, discipline is key. Do not rule out discipline. And I want to talk to you today about building discipline. What's awesome about discipline and building muscle is they are so much the same. You could almost say that discipline is a muscle. And so if you don't have discipline, you can literally start with the 1 pound dumbbell to start building your discipline. What is the 1 pound weight for discipline? Well, basically it's just deciding to do something extremely simple. Like, for example, let's say that you have a candy bar every day. So for just one day, can we not have a candy bar? Or if that's too hard, can we just have half of that candy bar for one day? That's lifting the 1 pound weight. Once you make that super simple, easy, healthy change, make another change. This time, say it's soda. Say you drink soda every single time. Well, can we just take one day of the week where we don't drink soda? I'm telling you, I'm serious. Make it that simple, something that you cannot fail at. And if you do fail at it, just make it something easier. That's the best part, is that's not urgent at all. You can just fail and start over again and make it even easier. Once you've successfully made 2 tiny little changes, 2 tiny little dumbbells that you're lifting that disciplined muscle with, make a bigger change. Make a bigger change. This time, cut out all the candy bars for the week, or cut out 3 of them. I don't know. It's up to you. And the best part, like I said, is it's not urgent. You get to decide what you can achieve and make those decisions based on what success you're having. Start lifting the disciplined muscle. Make one good choice, then soon you'll be able to make a bigger, better one. So how long does it take to get abs? Well, that completely depends on where you are at. The good news is that most people have abs already. They're just hiding under the... Let's say you're already somewhat lean, something like 15% body fat. That's another key, is that you kind of have to know what your percentage of body fat is to know how long it's going to take you to get abs. If you're at about 15% body fat, you're probably looking around 10 weeks, so just over 2 months. And if you do a really aggressive cut, you could do it in 2 months. You could even do it in a month and a half, but that might be a bit too aggressive. I wouldn't completely recommend that. Whereas if your body fat is over 30%, you could be looking at a year or more. Like I said, most people already have abs that they could see if they just trim down their body fat level. For the rare exception, the really skinny fat guys, just the guys that look really skinny but they have a lot of body fat, sometimes those guys have to do some work. The best part about that is if you're skinny fat, there's a good chance that you have plenty of newbie gains to take advantage of, and you can build visible abs in about 3 months. Okay, I've kept you waiting long enough. It is time for the one thing that you have to do to get abs. The main thing. This is more important than anything. You have to do exactly 6,253 crunches every single week. I am sorry, but if you thought it was something like that, or simply just focus on losing weight, it's not even that. What does research show that is more important than motivation, more important than extreme effort with intensity, more important than striving for perfection? Consistency. consistency is the one thing that you need. I don't care what it is in your life. If you put your mind to it, which to me means consistency, showing up, even if you show up and do things imperfectly, if you keep showing up, no matter what it is in your life, you can achieve far more than you believe. I believe that we can achieve anything. People overestimate what they can achieve in a week or a month. Like, seriously, it's kind of funny. But then on the flip side, they don't even realize what they can get done in a year, 2 years, if they show up, even if they're imperfect, if they just forgive themselves when they mess up and they keep showing up, the possibilities are limitless. This is just my last piece of advice. If you want to get abs, fall in love with strength training, fall in love with fitness, fall in love with going to the gym. I don't know very many people who have put in some of that consistency and they didn't naturally just start falling in love with fitness. And if you have any questions, put them down in the comments below. I respond to pretty much every single question, especially if it's a recent video. Put a comment down, put a question down, I will answer it. Thank you for watching the whole entire video. You are a savage.